Hi everyone, it's Miss Bree. I am so excited to be videoing with you today. I miss you all terribly. I miss your hugs and I miss your smiling faces. And I know that even though we're not going to get to be back together this school year, we are still going to get to do some things. Hopefully to close it out for you all and just to love on you all through these videos. Know that we miss you and we can't wait until we do get to be back with you in school. And so we are just counting down the days until that is going to happen. So today, I know that right now we are in a time that's kind of trying, kind of difficult, and can be a little bit of a challenge for us. So today we're going to read a story about staying positive and overcoming the challenges that we face. And that story is called The Energy Bus. It was Monday, and Mondays were never good for George. He woke up tired and grumpy as usual. He had watched too much television last night. He got hooked on a video game. He went to bed late and had another fight with his sister, Georgette. His mom was upset because he was late for the bus and still hadn't eaten his breakfast. "It's the most important meal of the day," she said. George knew she was right, but he was too tired and had to hurry to catch the bus. As George ran to the bus stop with his heavy backpack, he could see bus number 11 pulling away. George was so upset he wanted to cry, but he didn't. He just put his head down and wondered what else could go wrong today. Luckily, as the bus driver drove away, she saw George, stopped the bus, and yelled out the window, "I wouldn't leave you. Come on, get on the bus." The bus driver wasn't his usual bus driver. George had never seen her before. She said her name was Joy, and she had the biggest smile he had ever seen. He told her his name was George and sat down in the first seat. "What's got you down? And what's with the frown?" Joy asked. "Everything is going wrong," George said. "That's okay, George. You're on my bus, and I call it the Energy Bus. Sit down, and I'm going to teach you some rules that will take you on a positive ride through life." "Are you ready to learn the first rule?" Joy asked. "If you are, say yes 3 times. George and all the kids on the bus then shouted, "Yes, yes, yes." Rule number 1, create a positive vision. When you are on the bus going to school, or when you are at home right now, think about having a great day. When you are at home, picture yourself having a great night. When you think about your future, imagine yourself accomplishing your goals and dreams, said Joy. If you can see it, you can create it. If you have a vision, then you also have the power to make it happen. As George waited for class to begin, he thought about what Joy had said about creating a positive vision. He imagined himself getting an A+ on his spelling test today and hitting a home run in his baseball game on Saturday. Then he remembered his teacher telling him the importance of writing down your goals and drawing pictures of them. So George took a piece of paper out and drew a picture of his spelling test with a big A+ on the top. George knew the pictures would help him remember his positive vision, so he folded his drawings and put them in his pocket. That afternoon, as George walked on the bus, Joy gave him a big smile and asked him to sit in the first seat again so they could talk. "How was school?" she asked. "Did you have a better day?" "It was a little better," answered George. "I felt happier, and I'm sure I got at least an A on my spelling test. But after that, I had to deal with a bunch of challenges. I tripped in the hallway while walking to class. I couldn't find my math book. A few of the mean kids were doing their usual mean things. I got hit in the face with a soccer ball and had to go to the nurse. It just wasn't a good day," said George. "I understand," said Joy. "We all will face challenges in life. That's why it's so important to learn the next rule." George and everyone on the bus shouted, "Yes, yes, yes." Rule number 2, fuel your ride with positive energy. "What's positive energy?" asked George. It's the positive thoughts and emotions you think and feel and share with others, said Joy. It is smiles, laughter, gratitude, trust, faith, joy, happy thoughts, and beliefs. If you fuel up with positive energy, you will have the power to overcome challenges and achieve your goals. But what if I feel negative? Asked George. Well, that's the thing, George. You possess the greatest power in the world, said Joy. It's the power to choose to be positive instead of negative. So what do you say we fuel up with lots of positive energy on your way home today? Asked Joy. Yes, 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 George and all the other students shouted. The children cheered so loud the bus shook. Then as the energy bus approached George's stop, Joy told George to think of a success from his day and share it with his parents at dinner or bedtime. She said a success of the day could be one thing that made him smile and feel great. The next morning, George stepped onto the bus feeling more positive than ever. Someone is looking very happy today, Joy said, smiling at George. I feel like my tank is full of positive energy, George said with a big smile on his face. I love it, George. Make sure you keep filling your tank with positive energy throughout the day. She gave him a few tips to remember. Smile big, be thankful, and fuel yourself with positive beliefs. Then she asked George to repeat after her. I am ready for a great day. I believe in myself. I trust that I will accomplish all my goals and dreams. The energy bus pulled up to the school and George stepped off, ready to take on the day. As he walked towards the building, he heard Joy cheer. Remember, George, if you fuel up on positive energy, you can go as far as you dream. Dream big, George. Positive energy is a powerful thing. And do you know what the most powerful form of positive energy in the world is? Asked Joy. I don't know, said George. What? It's love, and it's so powerful that it's part of the next rule I want to share with you. Rule number 4, love your passengers. This means you become a powerful force of positive energy and share love with your passengers. Who are my passengers? Asked George. They are your fellow students, friends, teachers, siblings, family, and the people you interact with every day. Love everybody, George. Be kind, help others, make a difference. When you show kindness to others, you attract kindness like a magnet. You surround yourself with so much positive energy that negativity doesn't even affect you. Joy said, most importantly, when you put love into action, you change the world one loving act at a time. The energy bus then pulled up to George's stop, and as he walked away from the bus, he waved to Joy and decided he was going to start showing kindness and love to his passengers at home. That night, George spent extra time petting his dog. He was kinder to his sister and told his mom he loved the dinner she made. The next morning, he made sure to wake up on time and eat his breakfast, knowing that this would make his mom happy. At school, George smiled more and encouraged those who were having a bad day. He shared his lunch with a girl who forgot her lunch at home. He was extra kind to a girl that everyone teased and made her smile. He helped a boy who dropped his books in the hallway. George was so kind and positive that the bullies stayed away from him, and he was surrounded by other positive kids. When George walked on the bus that afternoon with a big smile on his face, he told Joy that he knew the next rule of the energy bus. What's that, George? She asked. It's enjoy the ride, he said. He had learned that when you follow the energy bus rules, you will enjoy the ride a whole lot more. George then pulled out a picture he had made in art class and gave it to Joy. She looked at the picture and smiled. It was a picture that listed the 5 rules of the energy bus. Rule number 1, create a positive vision. Rule number 2, fuel your ride with positive energy. Rule number 3, love your passengers. And rule number 4, enjoy the ride. I made one picture for you and one for our school. I shared the picture with our principal, and now she's going to share the rules with all the teachers and students. Well, George, I will display this picture proudly on my bus for all my future passengers to see. And when I'll tell them about you and how you chose to fuel your life with positive energy. Joy already knew what others would find out. George was no longer just a passenger on the bus. He had become a positive driver who would change the world. George would share the Energy Bus rules with others through his words and actions, and they would learn what Joy taught him. The Energy Bus will surely take you on the ride of your life. Beep, beep. Now, I have a little bit of an activity / challenge for you. I would love for you to either create some pictures to go along with your rules and post them on the Facebook link to this one in the comments, whether you draw them up or draw just like the one it was in the book and put those rules out. Or I think it would be really neat if you went and created an obstacle course outside with whatever you have at home and made it a challenge for yourself and really worked to try to overcome some of the things that's difficult. Set a goal of something you know you haven't been able to do. Maybe for my younger ones, that's learning to ride your bike with training wheels. My older students, maybe it's something you all want to learn to do as well, like a backflip or something safe. But whatever you choose to do, find an obstacle, set it as a goal, and begin working on that. And then next week we'll have a new lesson, and I look forward to hearing from you all what you all chose to do as your challenge this week. Know that I love you and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you all.